Hey there, you've come to the right place if you are a content creator, small business owner, or entrepreneur. If you want to learn about how to find your ideal clients on Instagram, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing you have to think about when you want to find your ideal clients on Instagram is, who is your ideal client? This may seem like kind of a simple, straightforward thing, but it actually isn't for a lot of people. For a lot of people, it's hard for them to niche down, and it's hard for them to figure out who exactly they're wanting to target in terms of selling their products and services. So number one thing is, how can you have clear messaging or find your ideal clients if you don't even know who they are? So that's the main thing. First and foremost, you have to realize that you need to create what a lot of people call an ideal client avatar. It basically just means somebody who is your ideal client who you can picture selling your products or services to. Creating an avatar just means like, let me think about who my ideal client is in terms of, maybe I'll give them a name. Maybe I'll think about all the places that they like to shop. What are their habits? Think about their fears. Think about things that they worry about in terms of their businesses. What are their pain points? All of that stuff. If you can get a really clear picture of who your ideal client is, it's going to be so much easier for you to be able to find them. Because think about it this way, if you are like health and fitness coach and you want to just sell your products to people who want to get healthy, that really doesn't help you in terms of where to find these people. You can look up like health blogs or other, little communities like that, but it doesn't really give you a clear picture of who the person is, so how are you going to find them? Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to pause this video and work out who your ideal client is. Get super crystal clear on it. I'll be here. All right, you got it? Great. Now let's go on to the next step. What I want you to do is explore hashtags that you think your ideal client would be using on Instagram. So if you're clear about your client, then you should be able to find some more niched down hashtags that they're going to be using. So we'll go back to the health and fitness coach example. If you just look at hashtags like fitness or health or healthy body or whatever, it's going to get you a lot of posts, and chances are good that those posts won't necessarily be targeted to who your ideal clients are going to be. So look for posts that are under hashtags in more specific communities. Like, okay, let's say when you did the ideal client avatar exercise, you realized, I want to target or market my products or services towards new moms who want to get fit after having a baby. Where are the communities that they're going to be hanging out in, and what are the hashtags that you think they're going to be using? Maybe it's going to be some postpartum stuff or other stuff along those lines. This is just an example. Really brainstorm in your mind which hashtags your ideal client might be using. Another thing that you can do that I like to do is go to people's accounts who you already know are going to be ideal clients of yours, look at the hashtags that they're using, and that'll give you some inspiration in terms of where to look. Once you figure out which hashtags your ideal clients are going to be using, then you can go in and start interacting with them. Go and like a couple of their posts, leave a genuine heartfelt comment, or go watch their story. Send them a DM about something that you liked about their post or story. Then you can start to engage with them that way. Don't go crazy and go in there and like every single one of their posts. I think that looks kind of creepy, just in my opinion. Okay, another thing that I recommend doing is follow industry leaders in your niche. So we'll go back to the health and fitness coach example. If you are a health coach, maybe there are other health coaches in your niche or other educators that talk about fitness, talk about wellness, talk about the things that you also talk about. Obviously, you put your own spin on them because you're two different accounts, but you get what I'm saying here. Go check out those industry leaders in your niche and then go to their page. And then once you're on their page, what I want you to do is go to one or two of their most recent posts, scroll through the comments. The first thing that you can do is see if somebody asks a question that maybe the person wasn't able to answer because they have like 10,000 followers or something, and so they're at the point where they can't get to every question. If it's something that you think you can help with, then leave a genuine comment about that. You don't want to be spammy and talk about your products and services here. This is the area where you want to go and serve. You really want to serve your community answer the questions that they're asking. This really shows that you care about building a community. It's not just you're in it for the money, because that's a terrible reason to be in this line of work, in my opinion. So at this point, you want to show them that you're really interested and you want to help them. And then, if you want, you can DM back and forth. And then at some point, if you feel like you can help them further with your products or services, then you can bring it up later. But you're not going to do that right away. First, you want to build community and really talk to people. Find out what their concerns are. Figure out how you can really help them. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about here is a very crucial component, and that is your messaging, your profile. So let's say you go to somebody else's account, you leave a couple of comments, you like a couple of their posts, they're intrigued and they want to come to your page. When they get to your page, this is a crucial moment, because when they land on your page, what are the first things they're going to see? They might watch your story, they might check out your highlights, or they might go through some of your posts and just check out what your feed looks like. So you're going to think about a few different things here. You're going to think possibly about aesthetics, depending on what the type of account that you have. You're going to think about the educational aspect. If your ideal client or follower lands on your page, are they going to be able to get some juicy info from you right away when they land on your page? That's a big thing that you want to consider. Another thing you want to consider is, what are the pain points of your ideal client, as we talked about earlier? What are the things that they struggle with in their business? And when they land on your page, does your page address those pain points and those struggles with them? Is it going to leave them wanting more? Basically, the bottom line is, what is the reason that you have for someone to follow you on your page? Where is the content that someone is going to see and think, holy crap, I have to follow this person. I can't miss out on this amazing content. What is the content that you have that is so good that it speaks volumes to them and shows them that you provide immense value and that you have knowledge in what you're doing? Another thing I want to mention real quick, just as a quick aside, I'm not going to go in depth into it. I might in another video, but there are other places to find ideal clients outside of Instagram. So you can use Facebook groups to do that. You can beef up your Pinterest presence with a link to your social media pages or your website, and that can increase traffic that way. You can obviously have a YouTube channel. That's one of the things that I do as a way to grow my page and my business and find ideal clients. Really, the bottom line, guys, that I want to drive home for you is finding ideal clients and growing your page on Instagram. All of that is about building relationships with people. If you don't build relationships with people, if you get on there, post your shit, and then leave, people aren't going to want to build relationships with you. There has to be give and take. Same goes for engagement, right? So if you want other people to find you, you have to go out there and find them first sometimes. And maybe other people will then land on your page organically afterwards. And in terms of engagement, if you want to grow your page that way, you have to engage with people in order for them to engage back with you. That's how that works in terms of building a relationship. Is it work? Yes. Is it worth it? Absolutely. So I encourage you to go out and try these things. Let me know how it works out for you. Drop your IG handle in the comments below and I will be happy to check out your page. Speaking of that, come over to Instagram and say hi to me. And if you found value in this video, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these. I post weekly. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.